All right, several angels here. Today we are starting a series for a full song production. So basically, what we're gonna mix the beat, starting from EQing, mixing, and mastering the beat. Actually making it ready for recording. Then we're gonna go open Studio One and we're gonna check out a project in Studio One too, and see how the vocals are recorded, the vocals are mixed, then EQing up to the mastering stage. So probably this series might have up to like 6 episodes, and we're gonna set some milestones so that when we're releasing these episodes, it's only on a milestone. So we're gonna be like sitting on subscribers. If we can get at least to like 500 subscribers, we release the next episode, then 1,000, and also I will appreciate if you guys will be commenting so that we know how to continue going forward. So this is the beat you're gonna be mixing. I'm just gonna play it. I've got some hotkeys I'm gonna be using. I'm gonna be pressing F5 for the playlist. So you see here, if I press 5, the playlist comes, and if I press, we're gonna see, you'll see there. Then you guys can listen to it. Then we're gonna start breaking it down from scratch. And basically, the reason why I did this series is because after I released this song, it's called "Running for the Money." We have had a lot of requests of people asking me, "How did you do that beat? And how did you mix the vocals? And how did you manage to achieve that type of quality?" So I decided, okay, let me do this tutorial. All right, so I'm just gonna play the first part of the beat up to the hook. I'm not gonna play the verse, then we're gonna get started, then listen and enjoy. There we go. Okay, so that is the song, the beat actually, So okay, so now we have had our beat, what we're gonna be working on. So everything I used on this beat is from my Power Say Bass Drum Kit Volume 1. Volume 2 is not yet out, but Volume 1 is already there on my website. If you need it, if you need this type of quality of drum kits, you can send me an email, or you can hit me on my Instagram, on my DMs, or you know how it rolls. All right, so now we're gonna loop the hook, because we're gonna be working on the hook. That's where like most of the instruments are. Then later on, we're gonna just go to the first part of the verse, where we're gonna be looking at the bass there, because I used the bass and all right. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna reset everything, remove all the presets, then we can start mixing this beat from scratch. But there's only one thing which you're not gonna get, but I'm gonna reveal it later on. So I'm gonna pause the video, then I'm gonna reset everything and remove everything, then we're gonna start mixing this beat together. All right. Okay, so now I've got the beat, which is not mixed, it is not EQ'd, nothing is done on it. It's raw and it's gonna be sounding really messy. So first of all, you're gonna need to lower your volume, because it's gonna be very loud and things are not gonna be in place. So you might need to lower down your volume for your headphones or your whatever you're using. But I recommend that when we are doing this tutorial, you use headphones. Of course, studio monitors are good, but headphones can give you an extra detail, you know. So as you can see on all the channels, oh, there's EQ there. Let's quickly remove that. I don't know how did that happen. All right, so there is nothing, everything. Okay, on the bass there, we're gonna talk about that now. Okay, the hi-hats, there's still an EQ there. Let's remove it. Okay, all right, that is cool. So everything is raw. Let me just play it. Please remember to lower your volume so that it's not gonna be too loud in your ears or affect you. So here's how it sounds like without mixing, without nothing. You can see it's already clipping before we start touching anything. So you need to watch out for that. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna highlight everything. So to highlight, I'm clicking Control and Shift, then I use my left button on the mouse just to highlight everything. Then I'm just gonna lower the volume until it's not clipping. Then we can start mixing. Okay, I think that's a very good starting point, but I'm just gonna reset. I think it's okay. All right, we just lowered everything. We haven't started mixing, we only lowered everything. So now we're gonna start with our live band. So I call my live band, okay, I call my instruments the live band. So your grand piano, your bell, your pad, your bass, it's under my live band. So if you see here, all these things, they are routed to the live band. So to route, if you want to route, you just click the instrument, then you go to the bass you want to route to, then you click, right click, and you say route to this channel only. So this is not duplicated sound, it's just directly routed to the bass which I read the live band, right? Then on the live band, I've got gross beat, which I'm gonna switch off now. Then I've got an EQ, which I am gonna remove for now, you know, so it's not important, but I'm gonna explain that in a moment. So I'm just gonna remove this EQ. Now, I'm just gonna solo the band, which right, okay, the grand piano, the bell, the pad, and the bass. And I'm only gonna play the part for the hook. Then we hear what's wrong there, then we can start EQing. So episode 1 is gonna be for EQing. Then episode 2, we're gonna start mixing. So let's get started. So we're gonna EQ, we're not gonna EQ we're gonna EQ, we're not gonna mix in this episode. You know what it is. There we go. And solo, unmute the bass. All right, it's sounding good there. It's not too bad, right? But we need to make it good because our aim here is quality. Because I understand that we all understand that everyone is making beats now. So you're gonna need to make something which is gonna stand out there and make people wonder, how did you guys do it? You know, so this is the first thing we're gonna do. Let's go to our all right, so let's quickly continue. So now we have resetted all the volumes just to give ourselves room for mixing and so that we are not clipping. So now we're gonna start EQing our instruments, you know. So we're gonna start with our, I'm just gonna move this mic so that I won't forget about it. Let me just move it to the first. Okay, I'm clicking all together in the left button on my mouse just to move it to the first track so that I'll keep an eye on it. All right, so now we're gonna start mixing, actually EQing, So we're gonna start with our bell. So we're gonna put our parametric EQ. Looks like it's already there, but we're just gonna remove it. I don't know how did that happen, All right, so we've got our bell there. So we're just gonna put an EQ there real quick. Let's see, parametric EQ to, there we go. All right. So here the idea is when you hear the sound starting to change, then you're almost where you need to cut off. You need to back, you need to go back a little bit. So here is the bell alone. So I'm just gonna cut the lows because we don't need the lows on the bell. They're gonna clash with our 808 or our bass. So we wanna have a clean mix. That's rule number one. Always clean, nice and clean. You know what I'm saying? Always. So if you get somewhere there, you can hear that it's starting to change. So you're gonna leave it somewhere there. Then we're gonna cut a little bit of the highs. I'm gonna stroll here again. Just cut the, so we don't really want the high stuff, So let's just get it there. Then we're gonna boost just a little bit somewhere there, just to give it the character, So the bell is fine. All right, so we are done with the bell. Let's quickly go to head. Let's quickly go to our pad. So let's hear how our pad sounds like. Put our EQ. It's clean already, but we just want to take care of a few things. Okay, there we go. So we've got some lows there. We're gonna cut the lows. We don't need them on the pad. You hear there, the sound starts to change. We don't want that. So somewhere there. I think somewhere there it's cool. We don't need the highs as well, so shave off the highs real quick. Then see if we can boost anyway. Just a little bit there. Make it tighter. Stroll with your rolling thingy on your mouse. I don't know what's the name, but you know what I'm saying. Okay, the pad sounds cool. Let's go to our piano, the first piano. Okay, cool. We'll put our EQ real quick. There we go. Then we don't need the lows. We cut off the lows real quick. Okay, that's somewhere there. I think it's okay. We'll boost a little bit. We cut the highs. We don't need them for this one, specifically for this beat, so we don't need them. Let's go to our low key of the piano. Put our EQ real quick. So here we're gonna cut the lows, but not too much, because the low key has got some bass in it, so we don't want to lose that. So let's put our low cut there. Yeah, I think somewhere they should be fine. We cut the highs, then we leave it. It's too much. Then we're gonna raise just a little bit here. Just a bit. Not too much, just a little bit. Okay. I think that should be fine. What's the last thing? Let's just go to our bass. So this bass is on the it's on the verse, on the beginning of the verse. So let's quickly go to the verse at the beginning of the verse. There is our bass. All right, there we go. So we're gonna put an EQ first. That's important. Not Fairfield. Sorry, that's not what we're looking for. EQ2. Okay, I'm just gonna play it again. All right, then you can see here where the bass at. So we're gonna cut the lows, like the super lows. We don't need that. Then maybe up to like, let me just make sure that this plays where the bass at. There we go. So come on, EQ, made me proud. There we go. All right. So now we're just gonna boost a little bit, maybe around 60. Then kite the highs. We don't need the highs. We kite them. Okay, you don't want to do that. That's too much, because you need the mids so that on the smaller speakers you can still hear the bass. You know what I'm saying? So we're just gonna leave it maybe. Okay, somewhere there, it should be fine. So you need to be careful when you are EQing. Sometimes you can have like higher notes and lower notes, so you don't want to cut somewhere there and later on there's a higher note and it's not there. Come on, you need to make sure it's all right. Okay, cool. Our bass is sounding okay. Let's see how the band sounds like together. Something which is routed over there. This is not supposed to be routed here, it's supposed to be here. Alright, that sounds clean, comparing from without the effects. I'm sure you can hear the difference. With the effects, sounds more clear. Okay, cool. We are done with the instruments. We are going to the drums now. We see how we can attack the drums. So I'm just gonna go back to our loop point and loop our hook real quick. My baby is messing in the house, so if you hear the noise, please don't mind. It's a weekend already, so babies are around. You know what I'm saying? All right, so we're gonna start with our okay. Okay, we're gonna start with the clip here. I'm just gonna do the thing, then you guys will see how we go about EQing the clap real quick. Okay, it's a tight clip. It's almost EQ'd. I mean, it's from the Power Set Bass Drum Kit. What do you expect? It sounds good. There we go. So we can see there's nothing on the lows, but we're just gonna cut there. We want clean beats, so we just have to do it. Okay, we boost a little bit somewhere there, just to give it a little bit punch. That is okay. Then we boost just a little bit there. Just a little bit, just to give it the character, you know what I'm saying? So the next thing, we go to the snare. I use 2 snares sometimes, or one, or just a clap. Depends with my mood, So now I'm gonna put the EQ real quick. Cut the lows. There's some lows there. Okay, that's cool. We'll boost a little bit there. That's all right. can hear it more clear now. All right, let's go to the second snare. Okay, actually here I layered a clap and a snare, so you can just throw an EQ real quick. So here we boosted our clip somewhere here. So we don't want to boost there. We're just going to boost maybe somewhere there. Because this is just there for supporting, you know. So we don't want to EQ at the same points. Then these things, they start clashing, you know. So that is okay. Let's go to our hi-hats. There's nothing much to do on the hi-hats, but you just have to cut the low just a little bit so that we have a clean mix. Alright, there we go. I think that is okay. Just boost just a little bit there, you know. Then we go to the okay, let's open our drums real quick. Alright, I'm not gonna play that. Okay, the triangle, some percussions. I don't normally EQ these things. They're just clean sometimes, most of the time. So I don't normally EQ this. All right, let's go to the 808. Okay, so one good thing about my drum kit, most of these the kits, they are pre-mixed for you. So you can hear the distortion is almost there. The EQ is almost there, but we're just gonna fix a few things, you know. So put an EQ, put it on Legacy monitor. We can see where our 808 is. Then just cut somewhere there, around 30 kilohertz will be fine. Then we're gonna boost just a little bit. That's too much. Tiny will make a difference, trust me. Okay, we cut the highs, not too much, and the mids, you know, but we need, then we're just gonna boost so that you can hear the distortion just a little bit, even more, because there's not too much happening there, you know. All right, somewhere there, I think somewhere there should be fine, right? Let's go to our, I think we are done here. Now, remember I said there's one thing which I'm not gonna show. It's the kick, you know. I've worked so hard making this drum kit, you know, and I recently released it like a few weeks ago. So I'm still trying to push a few sales, you know. So there is a preset which I've made for this kick. I'm just gonna solo this kick, then put the preset, then you'll hear the difference. Then I'm gonna tell you the surprise. All right, that is the kick alone. No mixing, no nothing. So I'm just gonna load the presets on the kick. I made these presets, by the way. I didn't download, you know what I'm saying? Let's put the love, something like love, you know, love. All right, let's put the love. Yeah. Can you feel the punch? Okay, cool. So now we have our kick. So now here's the thing. When you buy my Power Service drum kit, you will find the presets of the kicks in there, you know. So guys, come on, you can support me too. I'm a human being, you know. Sorry, please don't comment and say you guy, you are, you know, whatever you're gonna say, you know, that nonsense you say. That's cool. So first off, we're gonna open everything and hear how clean it sounds, right? But before I do that, I'll switch off the presets I've put on the kick so that you can hear the difference, right? Without, you hear how weak it is. Then with, can hear the difference. Now it's more like a trap and hip hop kick. Now I'm gonna play, then we can go to our episode 2 for mixing. So let's see how it sounds now. Sounds more clear now. You can hear what is happening. Okay, one more time without the presets and everything, the mixing, the EQing. Yeah. So I'm just gonna remove those. I'm just deactivating the whatever we inserted using this. Okay, without. I'm sure you can start hearing that at the low, there's a lot of clash happening there. So now with. It's clean. More clean. Alright, so that is the basics of mixing. So before we start our episode 2, okay, that's our basics of EQing. I don't know why I keep saying mixing. It's mixing anyway. So that is our basics of EQing up to like intermediate to advanced EQing. So one last thing before we go to our mixing stage, which is our episode 2, I'm just gonna load a FabFilter Pro EQ2. I just hope that I'll see this thing. I've got a tendency of buying these plugins when they're on special. So, yeah, you know what it is. These guys, they're always on special. So you can buy these plugins or you know what it is. Okay, cool. So I'm just going to mute the mic. Then I'm going to play the beat. Then you can see where our frequencies are. So basically, why did I pull out this FabFilter? I want you guys to see the frequencies which we have currently, so that when we go into our mixing stage, you already know what do we need to fix. All right, so let's quickly look at that. 808 kick, hi-hats, they are high, the snares are somewhere good, the instruments are a little bit louder. Remember, the vocals will be somewhere here, so you need to mind that. Remember, you are making a beat so that you're gonna have vocals on top of it, so mind that. All right, episode 1, full song series 1 of producing a song is done. We are going to episode 2, which is mixing, side chaining. We're not gonna do a lot of EQing there, but we're just gonna do a few when necessary. Then we'll have episode 3, which will be like mastering the beat and making it ready for recording, so watch out for episode 2. Please subscribe to my channel, please comment, share, like, invite other people to watch this tutorial, and I hope we can get to hit at least 500 subscribers. That is what I'm asking for, guys. So if you watch this video, you like it, please like. If you don't like it, dislike it. It's okay. If you have something to say, please comment. If you want to hear something next, please comment too. If you want to hear more of my beats, you can go to www.sableangels.com and you can check out my beats, and I've got some nice hard kicking beats there. So signing out. Watch out for episode 2. I'm just going to play the beat, then you're going to hear what we have done.